So today the new unit is information systems theory and practice. You must have received the invitation. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little strange that this unit has introduced the management and information systems and information system theory and practice. Did you notice it?
Yeah, I was going to ask you actually, what's the difference between this one and the other unit?
Yeah, yeah. So basically, the information system is a system, yeah, based on providing the facilities, yeah. Let me go to the correct definition for collection, organization, storage, and communication of information. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
However, management and information system, more specifically used for managing purposes, yeah,
Okay.
is
Yeah.
is one kind of information system.
Okay.
Yeah. So probably we could start with information systems first, and the management and information systems later on. Yeah. So that was the possibility, but this is fine. We have already completed the management and information system, and now we will try to look at the other types of information systems and see how they are different and what are their purposes, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So
Yep.
information system is an academic study of systems with a specific reference to information and complementary networks of hardware, software that people and organizations use to collect, filter, process, create, and also distribute the data. Yeah. So information system is obviously dealing with the data. Yeah. And
Yeah.
but when you talk about the management and information system, it's more likely used for the managerial purposes, but let us try to explore them in category wise, and then the picture would be more clear. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So as we discussed earlier, that an information system is based on the usage of hardware, software, data, procedures, people, and obviously feedback. Yeah. Feedback, like that's not, the author says that it's not not a component, but it's a kind of the uh, input that helps to maintain the information systems.
Okay.
Yeah. So by looking at the previous definitions or concept of management information system, yeah, certain characteristics were involved, that how a management information system is helpful for the managers. You remember?
Yeah. Yep. I remember all that. Yeah.
Yeah, that it helps to save the time. It helps to reduce the redundancies. Yeah. In the data, it helps in different ways within an organization, for organizing the data, as well as to organize the managerial things to be done via an information system, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously, if we recall that an information system can include the hardware, software, data definitely, as well as procedures definitely, people as well as the feedback, from the usage of the system. So that's the a kind of recall of the previous, uh, management and information system, and as a general in information system. Make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Now, yeah. Do you have any question now?
No. That's fine.
Okay. So management information MIS was one of the specialized category of the in an information system, right?
Yep.
So literally, that if we want to choose any field, yeah. So initially you start with the information system, and then you focus on the management information system as a one kind of the category. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we look at the kind of classification of information systems. The author three-level pyramid model based on the type of decisions taken at different levels in the organization. Yeah.
Okay.
So transaction processing systems, management information systems, and executive information systems. When it comes to the operational decisions, yeah, then transactional processing systems are used. Yeah. And when
Okay.
it comes to the technical decisions, then management informations are used. And when it comes to the strategic decisions, then executive information systems are used. Right? So let us
Okay.
go a little bit ahead on the other types, and then we can see we get the more clear picture. So now this one is a 5-level pyramid model based on the processing requirements of different levels in the organization. Like the transaction processing system, like office support system, they rely on the basic data,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And the management information systems, they deal with more and more on the information.
Okay.
Now, what would be the difference, for example, in the third levels, initial third levels? Okay. For example, if you are dealing with the data, let's say you have to store, some kind of transaction like invoices. Yeah. You
Yeah.
have to store some kind of, some paperwork, let's say the number of orders, dispatched and number of orders received. Yeah. That would only be based on the basic data on the numbers only.
Okay.
Right. But when it comes to the an information system, when you wanted to know that how many orders are coming, in a day, how many orders you receive, in a week, how many orders you receive in a month, yeah, how much you are earning, yeah, how much is the amount you are, getting in a month, that
Yeah.
becomes an information.
Right. Okay.
Makes sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
So the same data which you receive, for example, 5 orders in a day, yeah, using the transaction processing system, then that is just the basic data, yeah. But when you process it, that 5 in a day, and let's say 30, in 6 days or week, yeah, and 150 in a month, yeah, then it becomes the information.
Okay. Yeah. I get. I see what you're saying now. Yeah.
Yeah. And will you be able to explain the upper level, the decision support system based on the next level of the data?
What? The one right at the top?
Yeah.
That would be. Would that be for almost like this, the CEOs to decide on what happens? Would that
Uh,
be like top
yes,
management?
but let me give you an incremented, example.
Okay.
Now you have, the information that you receive, the let's say 150 orders in a month, yeah,
Yeah.
and you save like, £100 in a month, or maybe
Okay.
let's say £1,500 in a month you save on
Mhm.
150 orders.
Mhm.
Okay, you'll realize that the expenses are high, and the saving is too low.
Okay.
Like you had 150 orders, yeah, and
Mhm.
after processing your 150 orders, you save like, 1,015, like, pounds, 1,500 pounds, like a 1,500 pounds, and like, £10 on each, order. Okay, if you decide, you thought that you have a less profit, then what decisions you can make? Probably you could increase the price of an item and let it, go ahead.
Okay.
You got it, what I want tried to say?
Yeah, yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's now that you're explaining each one, it's making sense.
Yeah. So the decision support, like that decision, was not available to you in management information system,
No, it wasn't. No.
right? And and obviously the executive information system is again at the top of, the decision support system.
Okay.
Yeah. So from, like, the basic data became information, and the information became the explicit information. Yeah,
Yeah.
like, that it is, indicating you a kind of decision, yeah, to take the decision. Yeah,
Yeah.
but, on the top of the decision, for example, yeah, an executive information system may be the another authority of the systems, which they would decide whether to take the decision or not.
Okay. Yeah.
Somehow, yeah. So
Yeah.
until we move to the next level, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Now here, so transaction processing systems, is dealt within the workers are like operators,
Yeah.
yeah, and management information systems used by, the middle managers, like, the kind of managers of different branches, yeah, and
Yeah.
decision support system lie on the senior managers, and executive information system lie on, the executive levels,
Okay.
like, do or die, they would be deciding,
Yeah. Okay.
right? So that's basically the kind of hierarchy, like a pyramid, they have, tried to explain. And now let us move a little bit ahead.
That
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah.
So the office automation system try to improve the productivity of employees who need to process data and information. Perhaps the best example is the wide range of software systems that exist to improve the productivity of employees working in an office. For example, Microsoft Office XP, a system that allow employees to work from home or while on the move, like, data entry, in simple words.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So now we are going into the detail of these systems, and some of them are self-explanatory, but,
Mhm.
one or two, of them are a kind of, the uh, uh, interesting for you, that we perhaps we, discussed last time the expert systems.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
So
that. Yeah.
Yeah. So these categories would be revised now because we discussed the type of information systems in the management and information systems, and now we are covering this as a whole. The as an information system. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So maybe we might obviously we are about to complete, but I would try to contact the our like ATHE, that probably they might allow us to introduce any other units as well. I mean,
Okay.
that was a kind of repetition of the terms, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, well, so office automation is a kind of data entry, and transaction processing system is also the at the worker level, designed to process routine transactions efficiently and accurately. A business will have several transaction processing systems, for example, billing system to send invoices to customers, systems to calculate the weekly and monthly payroll and tax payments, production and purchasing systems to calculate raw material requirements, stock control systems to process all movements into, within, and out of the business. So, office automation and the transaction processing lie at basic level. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, knowledge management system. So, knowledge management system exists to help businesses create and share information. They are typically used in the businesses where the employees create new knowledge and expertise, which can then be shared by other people in the organization to create further commercial opportunities. Good examples include firms of lawyers, accountants, and management consultants. Knowledge management systems are built around systems which allow efficient categorization and distribution of the knowledge. Yeah. For example, the knowledge itself might be contained in word processing, knowledge documents, spreadsheets, PowerPoint presentation, internet pages. To share the knowledge, a knowledge management system would use the group collaboration system such as intranet. So where does the knowledge management system lie? It lies at the management information system.
Yes.
So like it helps you to manage the knowledge basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because knowledge, I would use the word like here the word is used like information, and information is a kind of knowledge. Yeah.
Mm.
Now little bit ahead, decision support systems, specifically designed to help management make decisions in situations where there is uncertainty about the outcomes of those decisions. Decision support systems use tools and techniques to help gather relevant information and analyze the options and alternatives. Decision support system often involves use of complex spreadsheets and databases to create what-if models. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So, like the reports generated on the basis of the knowledge or information. Yeah. Obviously, that report would come to you from the management information system. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
what needs to be done, what can be done, that is at the decision support level. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the MIS, we discussed that in the primary source, probably the knowledge management system and the MIS, they would lie on at the same stage.
Okay, yeah.
There is
Yep.
little variation. Let me try to explain to you. The knowledge management system try to, you know, copy the human expertise.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's being done, what the systems can do, basically the if we talk about the expert system,
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah.
uh, let me now information systems were versus artificial intelligence. Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah. Now what happens when the information systems try to become a kind of intelligent and helpful and working like humans, yeah, help in
Yeah.
decision making, as well as try to, copy the behavior of humans, yeah, then they come under the category of artificial intelligence, yeah. And in the artificial intelligence, the expert systems are the systems which store the knowledge base of experts. They look like they take the decisions, and they implement their decisions.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
in the artificial intelligence, there are, language processing expert systems, the robots. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are again fields of the artificial, like language processing, like when you say if you want to translate the language automatically, yeah, then it's a kind of artificial intelligence. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
When you are, converting the, when you are implementing the speech recognition,
Mm.
yeah, that's an
Okay.
artificial intelligence. When you are
Yeah.
trying to create the systems which, like, the, for example, an online doctor, yeah,
Yeah.
an online doctor would ask you the symptoms you have about your disease and would advise you some medication, yeah.
Yeah.
That would
Yeah.
work like an expert system, and that's definitely the expert system. So that's based on the rules, yeah, products and
Yeah.
rules, and the knowledge base.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically,
Yeah.
that's an entirely new field, not a new field, an old field, started, ages ago, but an entirely different field of research. Yeah.
Mm.
However, the information system types, they are, basically the types of information systems. We started from, the transaction processing, and then office automation, then management information system, and then, the knowledge management systems, as well as, the MIS, and then decision making systems. They are basically, is they are incorporating the human behavior, the capabilities a human needs to, utilize, is basically, you know becoming a type of an artificial system as well.
Okay. Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is, helping you to become an artificial, manager,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
the reason, I would try to give you this, a comparative information, that, when these systems, are getting more and more advanced, then they are basically moving towards, an artificialism. That's basically an area of computer science where the systems try to incorporate the try to mimic the activities of the system, they try to mimic the capabilities of human into the computer systems.
Yeah. It's smart stuff, isn't it? So I can see you could spend a lot of time on this. It's a whole new subject in itself.
Yeah, it's basically that every field of an artificial intelligence, like language processing, expert systems, robots, neural networks, they are, you can do a PhD on each. A higher research degree, PhD, you can do on language processing, you can do the PhD on the expert systems, and even there would be lots of topics in the language processing, lots of topics in the expert systems, and lots of categories in the robotics.
Yeah.
So
you would need quite a lot of time to do all that.
yeah, even understanding these things, you need a more time, but all they come, under the artificial intelligence, and there is no any specific definition of the artificial intelligence like the books say, but when you try to mimic the understanding of the human and its decision making, that's define the artificial intelligence. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting thing. Yeah. Whatever we try to, we make the systems, more helpful, then the it covers into the an area of artificial intelligence. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's move further. I was trying to see the definition of artificial intelligence for you, but I don't know why. The theory and development of computer systems be able to perform tasks normally requiring human intelligence, such as visual perception, speech recognition, decision making, translation of between the languages. Yeah. So these are basically the areas how we try to mimic or copy the human behavior into a kind of computer system. Yeah.
Yeah.
So these are the definitions we studied like years ago, and the concept is behind.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Now, so you are clear that how the knowledge management system are would be build and what they try to incorporate.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm fine with that. Yeah.
We discussed the MIS, and now let us talk a little more about the executive support systems, like the uh, the top level. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Designed to help senior management make strategic decisions. An executive support system gathers, analyzes, and summarizes the key internal and external information used in the business. EES typically involve lots of data analysis and modeling tools such as what-if analysis to help strategic decision making. A good way to think about EES is to imagine that imagine the senior management team in an aircraft cockpit with the instrument and panel showing them the status of all the key business activities. So, like, it's not only the decision making based on the particular organization, yeah, but that level is carried and capable of taking decisions comparatively the uh, any area of the similar context,
Yeah. Okay.
like a senior level. A
Yeah.
team in aircraft cockpit, like they will not only have, for example, the knowledge of particular aircraft, but probably they might know everything about the any aircraft.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the executive support is basically the very top level, not only the specialized in their field, yeah, but as well as in these relevant fields, and they take you know they play the role. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was basically we discussed the uh, types of information systems. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
any question from this type of information systems?
No, it all makes sense now. What this unit is all about. I
Yeah,
understand now. It's making sense.
that's good. And even whenever needed, and we can again find the types of enterprise support system. Lots of examples of the enterprise support system. We can find the lots of example on the decision making system. We can find the example on the normal office automation systems. So it's it's fine now, fine for you to go ahead now. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Now the scope of information system. In a broad scope, the term information system is a specific field of study that addresses the range of strategic, managerial, and operational activities involved in gathering, processing, storing, distributing, and use of information. So, what is the boundary? The boundary of the information system is within the strategic, managerial, and operational activities. Yeah.
Okay.
So, the scope of information system area is therefore broad, encompasses both organizational and technical matters which involve the analysis of the requirements of the system, their conception, design, construction, implementation, and their evaluation and justification. Yeah. So all
Okay.
these concerns, come within the scope. The reason I'm, trying to explain, cover these, because the awarding body, they have asked us to discuss these things. That's why it looks like a jumping of the topics. Yeah, but let us
Mm.
try to give a touch to these terms, that what they mean.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And obviously we will be they are related with any kind of the information system we take.
Yeah.
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 Now the structure wise, information systems consist of three layers: operational support, support of knowledge and management. So, like operational support and the structure wise, any information system, probably the supply chain, customer relationship management, transaction processing, that's called the operational one. And the knowledge level work, or the support of knowledge work, lies at professional support systems, collaboration systems, or knowledge management systems. And the management support is basically the for executive information systems, decision support system, or management reporting systems. So structure wise, the executive information systems or decision support systems or management information systems, they give support to management.
Okay.
The professional support systems or knowledge management systems, they support at the knowledge level.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And supply chain management, customer relationship, normal transactions, they support at only operational level.
Okay.
Because the basic level is the operational support. Yeah.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
little higher knowledge is basically the knowledge support. Yeah.
Yeah.
And more decision making is basically the management support.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, that I haven't created these, the diagrams and the classification, but the writers, who have, introduced the MIS, the subjects, and they have written, the lots of books, they have tried to give this kind of pictures, for us to understand.
Yeah. Okay.
Either we like it or not, but we have to go through this.
Yeah. No, that's fine. If that's what we need to do.
Yeah, and
For
sometimes, you must have, questions in the mind why that, placement is there. And I do have the same questions, at most of the time. But, it's very, difficult to answer to them, and it's, useless to answer to them that why they have put it. Okay, they have put this classification, then let it go only. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah.
And it's because some of the units are just the theoretical and the mix up of concepts, and in any area especially some of these subjects could have become the a kind of uh, like a standard or textbook. Yeah, some of the terms, or I would say like a textbook of a subject, and some of them would have not become a kind of standard theory. I would say a standard theory. Like people say, what are you doing? Are you doing computing or IT? Have you heard about those terms?
Yeah. Computing is more sort of like computer science, isn't it? Where you look at the programming, the database, the sort of the business side. Whereas IT is more sort of putting things together, isn't it? It's more like networks and servers and all that sort of stuff.
To be honest, yeah, to be honest, I would not compare the computer science and IT at all.
Would you say computer science and computing are the same thing?
Like, people say, are you doing any IT course? Are you doing any, computer science? Yeah. But, they have mixed up the terms, to be honest, uh, like there is, in different, the universities, there is information technology department. There is a computer science department. Have you ever, got the chance to know that, these to look like these are two things?
Hmm. Yeah, there's crossover.
I mean, you must have seen that things, they are two indeed.
Yeah.
But literally, uh, everything has been generated from the computer science.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like information technology, it came after the computer science.
Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously when you can say that the information technology is the science of computer. That's not, incorrect to say, or you can't say like the computer science is the field of, information technology.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So well, so like, I was trying to say that all these, theories and concepts we haven't created, but they have been, emerging from different, usage, and we are just, trying to be with the market only.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, furthermore, information system structure made up of, 5 different functions: input, storage.
Sorry, is there any chance that we could stop now?
Yeah, sure. Oh, we just crossed. There's only, can I carry on for 2 minutes only?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 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 Okay.
Because there is nothing any, important into this slide. So structure based on the input storage, and then, maybe, we will discuss, the rest of the slides in the next LO.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll see you next time.
Next time, maybe, on Sunday or next week. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fine. Okay.
Okay. Okay. See you.
Okay.
Bye. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.